Everything's happening at once, I don't even know. This Sculk Enderman could kill the last... Oh my god, what the heck? Today we're gonna make 2 infection mod fight. The Sculk Horde mod and the Flesh That Hates. To see who's the strongest infection mod. And as you can see, we are in a dark forest world surrounded by Elder structure. So the first thing we're gonna do is just wait for the flesh to spawn around me. Alright, it's here. So while we let this thing infect, to find the tomb and release the Sculk Horde mod. So both of them spawned naturally, which means they are pretty much on equal ground. And the big advantage that the Sculk has over this flesh is that they expand way more. This one is extremely concentrated in one area. That means that it can easily get surrounded by everything around it. And the more the video goes on, the stronger these infection will become. And at the end, we're gonna do something that I've never done before. Alright, we are now in the biogenesis phase. It is now spreading a bit more, and it is kind of stuck in a weird place near a chasm. And if we go inside the Conjurer's Theater, there's over there on the stage the Conjurer that might pose a little threat to the infections. We'll see who reaches this place first. But the flesh is going somewhere. It is moving faster than usual somehow. Although the Sculk is already there. And yeah, that speaking of moving fast, look at the difference in speed of infection. We might boost the infection speed in the future if they want to compete with the Sculk. Wait, there's already a fire inside here. Why? Hold on. Was there a lava pit? No. Why is there fire here? Alright, while the sun is rising and the flesh is burning, we can check on both point system. And that's what's gonna be fun with this video, because both of them have a point system to know the mass of each infection. So we can just go and do Sculk Horde, status all, and we know that we only have 1,700 mass accumulated. And the number from the flesh doesn't exactly mean the same thing, so we cannot compare them equally. As long as the incubator doesn't die, it's still gonna go and infect. This is awfully close to the incubator. Look at that. Also, the Sculk has reached the theater. Wait, hold on. This flesh is right there. They're both fighting for the theater. Wait, I just went away for a second and came back and all the flames are extinguished. So there is something that extinguished the flame around the incubator. It's back in business with only a few casualties in the block department, but nothing else has suffered in its reaching the theater. The best thing the flesh can do is continuously kill all the mobs from the Sculk to lower their mass to 0. I can hear mites, look at that! They all want the Conjurer, but they cannot get in from there. At least it's not like Silverfish, they cannot go through wall. Yet, I think. I hope they can't do that one day. There's already our first fight. There's a flesh human here that is infected, fighting all of the mites. Yep, there we go, there's a Sculk zombie. And it's over. We can look at the map to see how big the infection is. This is the main Sculk infection. It's about the same size as the flesh. The only thing is the Sculk is everywhere. Alright, so Sculk mobs are now inside. They are fighting. And very soon we'll see flesh mob convert Sculk block and Sculk block convert flesh mobs and see who can convert most of the opponent's blocks. What's bothering me with the flesh is that they don't repair what's been damaged once like the circle of infection is too far. Does that mean that you could just simply go inside the infected area and build and they will never convert back the stuff that you build inside? But the Sculk doesn't really care to lose block, it can just convert them back into Sculk. Also, a small Easter egg from Goity. If you make a dark painting like this one, a haunted painting, and you keep placing it... Oh, there we go! That's me! And something, I don't know what that is. Right, so seems like the flesh cannot convert the logs from the Sculk. Probably the hardness of the Sculk is too high. Right, there's a few flesh Vindicator that got inside, and they killed the Sculk mob. But it's spawning even more right now. Oh yeah, reinforcement is coming. Our first little war is happening right now while the place is getting infected. The flesh mob are extremely resilient to die. And there we go. We have a full-on war here. And the flesh is winning because these... Wait, what the heck? Where did they go? They just all died. But it doesn't matter. Look at the number of mobs that are coming in. The Sculk will have a hard time to keep up with that. It is a lot of mobs and they need mass to summon mobs. Meanwhile, the flesh seems to be a bit more free in terms of what it costs to summon mobs. Oh, there we go. The Flesh That Hates is now in the enlightenment phase. There's flesh everywhere. It's a big old war here. And if we go look on the top of the theater, the Sculk is gaining terrain on the flesh. So we're gonna go back and look at the infection from up here. Alright, so the Sculk has fully seeped inside. The flesh is becoming a bit laggy. Look at that. Wait, did the incubator died? It was like right here, right? How did it die? That means that the flesh lost its way to infect. And there's a node present somewhere. I don't know where it is. And a sculk enderman is seeking out for a possible raid. Oh, it's in the cave over there. And there's also, look at that, a sculk pufferfish. I haven't seen one yet. And it's pretty much useless where it is right now, though. Although there's still some flesh left. Without the incubator, there's no way it can compete for the infection. They're gonna have a fight. But what in the world? What? How long? 25 minutes. We've been waiting for 25 minutes. Look at that, 1,095,000 mass. Where did it get that from? Is it just by killing flesh mobs? That is insane. There is no way the flesh can compete with that. We need to boost the flesh. So let's move on to our next destination, the Ether. This is the perfect place right where this dungeon is. So we're going to place the incubator right here. There we go. But not only that, we're gonna give them 1,000 points to begin with and kickstart the infection. Look how fast it's going. We need to place the sculk horde mod. We're gonna start the sculk infection by giving them a node right here so that there's phantom, and that's the only thing we're gonna give the sculk horde mod. And already this water has turned to pus. There's a Moa getting destroyed right now by all the flesh. And just to give the flesh a bit more chance, we're gonna make another infection right here on this remote island. Look how fast it infects. So it's gonna make sure that the flesh has a lot of points. That whale just died. And already there was a sculk, like a corpse of a phantom right here, and it died already because of the flesh. And already we have a war right there. Oh yeah, it ended fast, but the sculk is so much, holy crap, fast to infect. Look at that. I think for the flesh to win, they absolutely need to destroy the mass of the sculk before it gets out of hand and reach the millions like last time. There's a ton of dogs here that are multiplicating. The only thing is they can easily fall in the void because they are kind of reckless like this one. There it is. The flesh is in full war with the sculk right now. There's still, never mind, it's still here. The phantom corpse is there, and these guys are too preoccupied by fighting evil whirlwind than fighting the sculk. Oh my god, that scared the living hell out of me. We are now in the enlightenment phase, which means we're now at 3,000 points. They are gaining point very rapidly right now, and this guy has evolved. This air whale has lure, which means that if it goes to another island, it might bring the sculk somewhere else. There's some sculk mob here having fun. We're now at 33,000. Yep, it goes up exponentially. What's going on here? There's like a ton of sculk mass. Oh my god. And it almost killed the incubator. Wait, that's how they got it last time. They just keep spawning and spawning and spawning. No matter how many flesh mobs they spawn. Never mind. It finally stopped. They have flesh rage right now because this guy is almost dead. And if we go take a look on the other side, here it has all the time in the world to spread. All the water is turning into pus. All right, there's a sculk enderman now. It's getting destroyed, but it's in the center of the flesh. Yep, this sculk enderman will die. There we go. It didn't stand a chance, but this flesh incubator is almost dead. It might die from the burrowed and the disease cyst. It only has 7 HP left, and all of these guys will spawn mites that will attack all mobs around. It has 4 HP. The war just restarts. It's only mites, but it's enough. It has 1 HP. It's angry. It's emitting like red particle, and it's dead. They killed the incubator, which means there's no more infection for this part of the island. We are now in the biotransformation phase. Right, so it's been a while, and we have here another sculk enderman looking for a raid, but this time we're on the other island. And just like last time, he is getting destroyed, but at the same time, he is infecting here. He is giving them some effect. I'm not sure what happened. What the heck? It just yeeted. Oh, it's because of this. I think he just threw like that the incubator in the void. Look at the, oh my god, it's just killing everything. But there's no incubator anymore. All right, I think we've waited long enough. This first island is almost covered in sculk entirely. All the forest of the flesh is now sculk, except some exception, like the flesh boil. And if we look on the other side, it doesn't look like that much. because all of the flesh is still there, but there's no more infection from the flesh, and there's a new node that spawned right here. So for our next one, we're gonna go all out, and we are back in the Lost Cities, but it's not the usual Lost City. As you can see, there is fungus everywhere. So the sculk and the flesh will have to fight in a hostile environment, but don't get it wrong, there won't be any mobs from the spore, only the mounds and the mushrooms. This is not a battle royale between all three infection. All three of them fighting will be in another video, so make sure you subscribe to be notified, and if you can like the video too, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, let's go wake up the horde. There we go. We are going to unleash the flesh somewhere around here in this hostile place. Let's just free up some space. Here we go. And for this last one, we're gonna make sure both of them are at their maximum power, which means the flesh that hates will get 100,000 points, which will put them in the epic culmination phase, which is the highest that it can get. And we are going to add 20,000 mass, which is a mature grave mine, which means both of them are at their maximum power. Oh my god, look at the speed of the infection. It just ate all of the mushrooms, although the mushrooms are still spawning here and there because there's a mound somewhere infecting. And we already have some phantom corpse over there, which is a bit closer to the flesh than... Oh my god, already a raid. What the heck? I also gave something more to the flesh that hates. Now it should be able to convert any type of blocks. Although, can you not die from normal zombies, please? From what I can see, the spawner is extremely limiting for the sculk because it prevents normal thing to spawn on top of the conversion, like sculk shriekers, well, spawners, spikes, or mushrooms, beehives, compared to the flesh that just eats everything. YouTube compression will not like me right now. Wait, there's a phantom inside the flesh here. Why is it already there? And is it attacking? No, it's not. It is! Wait, hold on. Disease cyst. Okay, the phantom is dead, but this guy will spread the disease. The flesh right now, it is climbing on the building. Look at that. We can see the trees getting taller than the building. It's climbing inside too. It is... Wait, there's also sculk in here. Where does it come from? Was it the disease cyst from earlier? The phantom managed to do its job. Okay, so the incubator is almost dead. The sculk knows where to hit and is gonna target the most important part of this infection. Yeah, this flesh incubator is burrowed with diseased cysts. They are extremely stronger right now. They are killing the mobs, but the effect is enough to bring the flesh incubator down. Oh wait, hold on, it healed, but isn't it? What the heck is going on? Look at this infection. The whole flesh is becoming sculk as we speak. They're fighting in every corner of the infection. And there's like a giant fight here, and the incubator is at half health. Both of these mods are so invasive and like prompt to respond to threat that as soon as something happened, both of them summoned like a dozen mobs and they just duke it out, well, until this guy dies. But there's one thing we can do, because this place is pretty much doomed, so we can bring the fight somewhere else ourselves and make it epic. So let's go back while this guy is dying over there. We'll come back to it after, don't worry. We are going to go here at the source of the sculk, and we are going to go near this. It is still somehow not infested with sculk. There should be, yep, there should be some infection here, and at the center is the ancient skull braid node. So let's see if I place this guy here. Let's see what's gonna happen. The flesh is seeping in closer and closer towards the center where the infection of the sculk began. It is their home territory, which means there's already phantom responding to the assault. It is seeing the threat already. The water's turning into pus. Will the sculk be able to defend its home against an invader? We've never done that before. In fact, the whole thing where the sculk spawn, where is this guy going? He's lost. Bro is like completely lost. So while this thing is getting infected, let's go quickly see what is happening with this one here. I can't see anything in there. It's here and it's not dead, but it's soon to be dead though. It has diseased cyst. It has burrowed. 39 HP left. I think the flesh is not gonna have enough. Even though it's spawning so many stuff, the sculk is gaining terrain. There's still flesh growing outside of the circle of infection, but all of the center is only sculk. And there's, yep, creepers, vindicator everywhere. The flesh community is healing so fast. and I don't know how. It's just gaining HP out of nowhere. And now there's a Sculk Enderman joining the fight. This Sculk Enderman will die so fast if it fights the flesh community. And it spawned a bunch of Skulks better. What the heck? Everything's happening at once. I don't even know. This Sculk Enderman could kill the last... Oh my god, what the heck? Where is it? Where is it? It could kill this incubator. And it's taking damage. Never mind, there was like 3 flesh community. It got destroyed. Oh my god. Meanwhile, let's go see inside the tomb. Oh my god, it reached the other side. Yep, it's gonna infect the inside, but the thing is right now, do you hear that? The Sculk is fighting back. Look at all the blocks getting reinfected. All the blocks that are getting converted. Turned back into Sculk, but it doesn't stop the flesh. It's still going towards the ancient Skull Break node. It's 1 block away. It is literally 1 block away from the ancient Skull Break node. If this thing turns to flesh, it's getting deactivated. It does not. Ladies and gentlemen, the ancient Skull Brain node cannot be turned into flesh. It is too powerful, which means all the effort of the flesh to stop the infection is in vain. Eventually, the Sculk will get to this guy. And same for this massive war that is extremely loud. Eventually, the flesh will perish and the Sculk will take over. Although these guys are extremely hard to kill, so I don't know how they are gonna do that, but... And there we go. It finally died. This war is over. If you like this content, please subscribe. There's gonna be a few 3-way fight that we can do now with the Spore, the Sculk, and the Flesh, and with also From Another World. There's a few nice combination of fight. And in the end, I might do a 4-way fight. I don't know. Probably. To be honest, the answer is gonna be yes, but I've gotta figure out how to do that without lagging out my PC completely, because this one right here was extremely laggy, to say the least. So, hope you still enjoyed. It was a ton of fun, even though it was not a 3-way fight. We still got to see a bit of the effect of the Spore, but it's gonna be completely different when they have like siegers and Hindenburg from the sky bombing out the Flesh and the Sculk at the same time. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!